If you do not stop procrastinating, your dreams will never happen. It's that simple. I wasted years of my life procrastinating. Years. You can take this guide and change your life now. You don't need to waste more years of your life. I was stuck in that constant cycle for years. And it was only when I broke that cycle that my dreams actually started to come true. And I know you know exactly what you need to do, but you're still not doing it, are you? You're still putting it off. So this video is going to change everything for you. Procrastination isn't just about time management. It's a self-regulation failure. It's when your brain tricks you into delaying what matters as a coping mechanism to avoid the feelings that it's feeling. Deep down, we're actually feeling negatively about either the task or the goal, and our brains are designed to help us survive and to cope with really hard scenarios. So when it feels these feelings of either fear or self-doubt, it goes into this mode of just avoiding it. It will do anything it can to avoid it. And you might not even realize it. You might even realize that you're feeling all of these limiting beliefs deep inside. And these are the things that are actually stopping you from what you want to do. It can be anything from fear in failure, fear in not being good enough, fear in what people will think of you, doubting yourself that you're not going to be good enough, that you're probably going to give up at some point, because that's the lie that you've taught yourself your whole life. You doubt yourself so much that you have these negative feelings inside yourself, literally blocking you from doing what you need to do. It's like a resistance. Your energy is feeling this resistance, and it can't physically bring itself to do what it needs to do. So procrastination isn't about laziness. Procrastination is from a mental blockage. I used to procrastinate so bad when it came to building my business. It took me years. And it wasn't just about laziness. It was about the fear that I had inside of me. It was all the self-doubt that I wasn't good enough, that I would never be able to make money, that I would never be successful, that I would never be able to handle the money if I had it. All of these things. Fear of getting judged by other people. Fear of being different to everybody else around me. And the worst one was the guilt that came from procrastinating. Like, that cycle is horrible. The guilt you feel from procrastinating, and then the procrastinating gets caused by the guilt, and it's literally the worst cycle in the world. Every task always feels so much bigger than it actually is. Like, have you ever spent hours avoiding something to do it and then realize it wasn't even as bad as you made it out to be? And that's because procrastination isn't about time, it's about mindset. In the moment, it feels like a relief, like a temporary escape from all of the discomfort, from the self-doubt and the overwhelm. But in the long run, it's destructive, because no matter how much you distract yourself, your goals are never going to get closer to you if you don't take any action. And the worst part, the longer you put things off, the harder it is. I remember how painful the cycle was, knowing exactly what I needed to do, but just feeling paralyzed. That cycle stole years of my life. And now that I've finally broken free from it, I just wish I knew how to do it sooner. Because the truth is, it's actually so much easier to just do the work now, get it over and done with, and then receive the reward for a lifetime than it is to get that instant gratification and then feel regret for a lifetime. It's so much easier. Procrastination just keeps you in the same place, but action is what moves you forward. And I don't want you to waste any more time in that cycle. So let's break it together. This is your step-by-step guide on how to overcome procrastination once and for all. We're going to cover 3 chapters today. Chapter 1 is Neuroscience, Chapter 2 is Metaphysics, and Chapter 3 is Ancient Wisdom. Okay, Chapter 1, Neuroscience. You need to change how you feel about the goal. People will take action for one reason only, and that's if you feel like it. If you can make yourself feel like doing the thing that you need to do, you will do it. It's literally that simple. Your attitude towards a task determines everything. The task itself doesn't actually matter. It's how you feel about it. So, okay, tunnel vision creates focus. When you put a mental tunnel around the task, you remove all distractions. That's where the phrase tunnel vision comes in. You need to have such tunnel vision on your goal that nothing is going to take your mind off it, take your focus off it. And this tunnel is going to manufacture a belief. And this belief will go one of 2 ways. The first way it can go is faith. And this will create energy, momentum, anticipation. And the other way it can go is doubt, which will create hesitation, fear, and avoidance. Also, everything in this world has a polarity. You cannot get something without the equal or opposite of it. So you cannot get positive without negative. You cannot get up without down. You cannot get faith without doubt. All of it has an equal and opposite. You have the power to choose which way you go down. And wherever you put your tunnel, whichever way you face it, whether you face it the positive or the negative way, that is what you'll get more of. Because if you're focused on the positive, you cannot see the negative. You can only see positive, and you'll get closer and closer to the positive, so you'll get more and more of it. And whatever goes on in your mind, however you're feeling, creates the world that you live in. Your inner world creates your outer world. And we know this because beliefs start in the brain, and then it travels to the heart, which then creates feelings. And feelings fuel actions, and actions shape your reality. So everything you do or don't do, like procrastination, is dictated by your emotions. Emotions are literally energy in motion. Emotion. Emotion is either energy that drives you forward or energy that blocks you from moving at all. Think of it like this. Your focus will manufacture the belief. Your tunnel will create the belief. And that belief that tunnel has created will either create faith or it will create doubt. And whichever one of them you go down, it will create a feeling, which will then create an action. So if you create the belief that has faith, the feeling that you're going to get from that is anticipation. And then the action that you're going to get from anticipation is aligned action. You're going to do things that align to what you want to do, what your higher self would do. Whereas if you have the belief that has doubt, that feeling that you're going to get is anxiety. And the action you take from anxiety is avoidance, also known as procrastination. Anticipation is the energy that you get when you expect a desirable outcome. This is that feeling that gives you momentum and makes you excited and makes you motivated and drives you to want to take action. Whereas anxiety is literally an energy drainer that is caused by expecting an undesirable outcome. And it's literally just wasted energy on a future scenario that you don't even want. So you're procrastinating because you've created more anxiety than you have anticipation. The mind literally does not like uncertainty. If it perceives the task as unpleasant or hard, it generates stress, and that stress triggers avoidance, and then that avoidance becomes procrastination. So here's how you're going to break the cycle of procrastination according to neuroscience. Step 1, create more anticipation than anxiety. The reason you're not taking action is because you've imagined yourself failing or struggling. Without even realizing it, you have done that. I used to do that all the time. Without even realizing, I'd literally imagine myself having the worst outcome. So instead, you need to paint a clear picture in your head of your success. Anytime you want to do a task, imagine it going so well. Imagine yourself really enjoying it. Imagine your goal coming true. Imagine how amazing it's going to be. If your heart truly believes in the positive outcome, you will literally move towards the goal so easily. Step 2, shift your doubt to faith. Anxiety literally tricks you into making negative stories up about the future, literally robbing you of your present energy to change the future. So instead of focusing on what could go wrong, focus on what could go right. Like what is the best possible outcome? What if everything actually works out exactly as I want it to? Because it's very, very possible that it can do that. Step 3, use action as a confidence hack. Action creates motivation, not the other way around. Even the tiniest little step that you can take will signal to your brain that you're in motion, which reduces anxiety and builds momentum. Step 4, remember that you are bigger than your fears. We tend to think that our problems are so much bigger than us, but they're not. We are so much bigger than them. So much. Just think about all the problems that you've gone through in your life. Have you not overcome them? Like, deep it, is this really going to dictate your whole life? If it isn't, it's not really that deep. Fear and doubt are literal illusions. And when you keep moving forward, the more action you take, the more they shrink. When you take action with faith and anticipation behind you, success is inevitable. It's literally impossible for it not to happen. Now we're going to use metaphysics to stop our procrastination. This is called the dopamine hijack. You know, we become addicted to the easy. We become addicted to comfort, to the easy life. Like, your brain is wired for survival, not success. It craves instant gratification, scrolling, binge watching, eating junk food, because these activities give you an immediate dopamine hit. But the real work, the deep achieve meaningful tasks that shape your future. Those don't offer instant rewards. So your brain literally tricks you into avoiding them. And this is when you fall into the procrastination trap. Your brain prioritizes short-term pleasures over long-term growth. And every time you choose an easy distraction over meaningful work, you're reinforcing that habit loop of avoidance. So this is a metaphysical hack to rewire your brain, to rewire your dopamine pathways. Before you do the task, you need to do something so boring, like so boring. Whatever that is to you, everyone's is going to be different. I mean, I used to find meditating boring. I mean, I absolutely love it now, but if that's something that you find boring, you do that. Anything that you find boring, sit in silence, literally stare at a blank wall, or do some breath work. Do not give yourself any dopamine before you do this task. And then after working, reward yourself. Teach yourself that discipline leads to pleasure. Then you're rewiring the system for delayed gratification. And the goal, you're shifting your brain from craving easy things, from craving easy highs, to craving the satisfaction of discipline. There's another metaphysical teaching by Neville Goddard that I really like and have used for so long. I literally swear by this. I swear by this technique, and it's the law of assumption. So because most people procrastinate because they assume that the task is going to be difficult, overwhelming, or something that they have to do, something that's a burden. And the law of assumption teaches that whatever you believe to be true will become your reality, will become your life. Whatever you believe gets handed to you. Which means if you assume that something is easy, or if you assume that something is already done, your mind and then your actions are going to align with that belief. So shift your mindset from I have to do this to I get to do this. This is already done in my reality. So it's already done. So it's not even hard. Like I'll just do it. Before you begin doing the task, visualize it going really, really well. But let yourself experience the relief, the satisfaction, the ease, the freedom of it being done. And then open your eyes and start. The more you believe that it's already accomplished, the more your brain will rewire itself and guide you to making it your reality, because your beliefs turn into feelings and feelings turn into actions. Okay, now here's what ancient wisdom teaches us about procrastination and how to overcome it. So you can turn procrastination into power with energy transmutation. This is ancient wisdom from Hermeticism and Kabbalah. So this means that procrastination isn't about laziness. It's just stuck energy. It's just potential energy that hasn't been channeled yet, like firewood that hasn't been lit yet. Ancient teachings say that you can transmute this energy, just like fire transforms wood into heat. So to put this into practice, the second that you feel yourself slipping into procrastination, move your body, shake it out, take some deep breaths, have a dance, put some music on, have a stretch, to do anything to move your body. I saw this thing once where if you want loads of energy, like shake your body for a minute straight, like literally just keep shaking and shaking, and apparently like literally lifts your energy. I love to dance. I love to put music on and dance. That's what gets me my energy pumping, because that resistance that you feel, it isn't a wall. It's just energy that is building up, waiting to be channeled into something. It's waiting to be redirected. You just need to redirect it from the doubt, from going in the wrong direction, to the avoidance, to the procrastination, and redirect it to the energy, the anticipation, the action. Instead of letting it keep you stuck, channel it into some tiny action that's going to build momentum. Even if it's something small, even if you don't do it towards building momentum, just do something small, because that energy needs to come out in some way. So even if it's one small little step that you do, just do that, because you deserve to let that energy out. Now let's look at what the Bible says about procrastination. Ecclesiastes 11:4 says, "Whoever watches the wind will not plant, and whoever watches the clouds will not reap." So overthinking and waiting for that perfect time will lead to inaction and missed opportunities. Always. If you're always waiting for the right time, you will never start, because it never comes. Instead, take action now, not tomorrow, right now. Proverbs 6:9-11 says, "How long will you lie there, you sluggard? When will you get up from your sleep? A little slumber, a little folding of the hands to rest, and poverty will come on you like a thief, and scarcity like an armed man." This just shows that procrastination leads to lack suffering and regret. And hard work and discipline bring abundance and success. If you want to know how to build discipline, I have a whole other video on that you'll really like on my channel. You need to recognize that every small act of procrastination adds up. But it's the same the other way around. Every small act towards your goal adds up too. So just start doing the small things now, and success will be inevitable for you. You will get there. Ephesians 5:15-16 says, "Look carefully then how you walk, not as unwise but as wise, making the best use of time, because the days are evil." This is saying that time is a gift from God. And when we are procrastinating, we are wasting one of the biggest blessings we have ever been given. We are wasting the opportunities that God has given us every day. And all of the holy books will tell you to be intentional with your time, because every moment matters. This isn't just the Bible that says this. I've read this multiple times in multiple different holy books. People assume that they have forever to chase their dreams, but they don't. In reality, time is our most valuable currency. And once it's gone forever. So start viewing your time as a blessing and stop wasting it. Think to yourself, am I using my time wisely right now? And you know what? Practice negative visualization. Imagine your future self regretting all that time that you wasted procrastinating, and then you watch yourself do that thing. Let me tell you something very, very painful now. The version of you that does not procrastinate is living your dream life right now. The only thing that's standing in the way between you and your dream life, it's not any excuse that you can think of right now. The only thing that's standing in the way is you. And I know you want to blame any circumstance you can, but it's not anything else but you. You are the only mountain in your way. I really hope this helps. If it did, then please leave a comment and like, and subscribe for more divine wisdom. Thank you. Bye.